So see, we'll make folders like this, day one, and I'll share the recording here itself, or I'll give you some link for the recordings, whoever want it. Then we'll, this .md file, let me tell you what it is. It is actually, if you have seen in the GitHub, there is a readme file. Readme file is the one, for example, I am giving you my project. So you won't know now what I have made in the means in what file, what type of code is there. So to give you the basic knowledge about the code and all, we use readme file. So MD is the readme extension.
Your screen is not
It's,
visible, Aisha.
pardon?
Your screen is not visible.
Others, is it visible to you? Because I can see it's visible.
Aisha, it's visible.
Okay, so whoever is not able to see the screen, can you just join back again, or just check your internet connection?
Okay,
It's
sure.
visible.
Even in between, if it's not visible or if any issue, then just unmute yourself and let me know. Okay, so let me resume to it. So this MD is actually the markdown file. You know what is HTML? It is hypertext markup language, a markup language it is. And here we are using markdown.
Your voice is not
Is it not audible?
sometimes it's audible.
Yes.
Okay.
You are audible and the screen is visible. Everything is fine.
Okay, so please check your internet connection, everyone. See, we are here using markdown file. Okay, and why I'm using it? Because in the industry, when you will make any project now, you will also have to make your own code, means notes. So you will get practice to it when you will see such type of thing now. And here what I am using, let me tell you. Is this line visible to you? Means to mute, start video. Or only the screen is visible? Okay. So see, let me first tell you what are we going to use. We will use VS Code. Okay. VS Code you have to install. I'll tell you how to install it. And I hope everyone is okay with their laptop, means no one is like they are not having their laptops and all. Is there any issue with anyone that they are not having their laptops? If it is, then please means try to get laptop, because if you will not practice, you will not learn anything. So first of all, we will need VS Code. VS Code is Visual Studio Code. So when you will just type it on the Google, the first link, whatever it comes, open the link, go for it, and there you will see option, means either you are using Mac, Linux or Windows, you will get installation options for all the three. In the Windows, just start on this button and it will automatically install according to your version. Okay, it's this simple, and the process is very simple. You have to just click on means keep on clicking and accepting. Pardon? Okay. I hope it's now. So see, you have to just type VS Code download on the Google. Then whatever the first link comes, open the link. And based on your operating system, you will get different options to download. And then you just have to download it. No need to worry about your version or which type of operating system you are using. Okay. And while installing it, just keep on accepting all the things. And it's this simple. And also note that it should be this blue color icon, if you can see in the bar. 1 minute. So see, you are seeing this screen now. Hope it's visible. And many of you must have used this VS Code earlier also. So all majority of you must be using Windows. So just click on the download button and accept, keep on accepting. Okay. Now when you will open, you will see some of the things. like this. You will open an interface. Okay, let me show you how it will be. It will be like this, and maybe you won't be able to see all these things because I have installed a lot of extensions, so just don't ponder on that. Maybe 4 to 5 icons must be visible to you. So when you will go on this icon extensions, you have to download some of the things. For example, one is,
Hello, my voice is breaking.
hello, is it breaking? Is it breaking for all?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, I see.
I hope it's not
Please,
breaking now.
no, ma'am. Sometimes it's breaking. Single
Whenever
word
it
can't be listened.
okay, whenever it breaks,
It's
just let me
completely
know,
break.
please. Now also it's breaking.
No, no. Now
Okay.
it's fine.
Okay. So see what I have told you, that you will see this type of window and you have to click on these extensions. There you have to just download some of the extensions. Extensions are just to beautify your experience on VS Code. Okay. So one is this live server. Please note it down, everyone. One is this live server. The first one you will see, you have to just click on install. Okay. Another is of some of the JavaScript. If you type, then whatever the first 2 3 JavaScript extensions come now, just install those. Okay, so it will be beneficial for you. Next, tomorrow I will tell you how I will open the code for you, but today let's start the class. Okay, now the voice is okay and no issue now. Voice is audible, guys.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
So see, there are some of the tasks you have to do. First is the VS Code you have to install, then download some of the extensions. Okay. Even in between, you can download, means I will just tell you the list of extensions which you have to download on the chat in the WhatsApp group. So no need to worry about it. Let's start today. So what is JavaScript? You all are here to learn JavaScript. Let us know what is JavaScript. So JavaScript is the world's most popular lightweight. See, here I have already written the notes because it's easier for me to convey to you, because whenever if I keep on just speaking, you will remember 50 or 30% of it. But since I have written the exact words which I am going to speak, so it will be beneficial for you to remember it in the long run. So it's the most popular lightweighted. What do you mean by lightweighted? See, you must have seen a lot of things. For example, if we use C++, we use a lot of software for it. Some of the softwares are like, it's very difficult to use them because it keeps means maybe it takes a lot of time to open, or you might have experienced such things. So with JavaScript, whenever you use JavaScript, the thing is it is very lightweighted, means it does not take a lot of time in its execution, in writing it, and in this performance is also very good. Then it's an interpreted compiled programming language. So you must have learned about compiler and interpreter in your colleges. What is compiler? Compiler is also is a kind of software which takes a line by line and then translate it and then run it, execute it. But in interpreter, what happens, that it takes whole of the program in one way, one go, and then translate it and then execute it. Okay, so here I have written that JavaScript is an interpreted language. This thing you will read afterwards when I will share the code. Okay, here I am only explaining it to you, and whatever I am explaining, I have written it. Okay, so it won't be an issue to you. Please mute yourself. Junaid, please mute yourself. Okay, going ahead. In the history, let us see the history of JavaScript. See, these things are very boring, but when you will go give means just go to for an interview or something, they will ask you very, very stupid and basic questions, and you should know all these things. For example, they will simply say, "What do you know about JavaScript?" At that time, what these lines are written now, that JavaScript is lightweighted, interpreted, compiled programming language. Okay, all these things will be helpful. Now, next thing what I have written is that is it is also known as scripting language. You must have means notice the name also, Java script. Script means writing a lot of codes.
It's
Okay, and it
breaking.
is it still breaking? Hello. So it is mainly used for the web pages, and it is a client side as well as server side language. So what do you understand by the client side and server side? This is very, very important topic. Okay, client side means I am working on my computer. Okay, so whatever it is in my laptop, that is my things. Okay, I can't share it to you. If I want to share it to you, I have to use some third party, and the third party is known as server. So it is both client side and server side language, and I will tell you in detail when we means just go about reading about React and Node. At that time I will tell you how this client and server side is actually happening in real life. For now, let's keep it simple, that client side means your own laptop, and server side you can say any database or any third party. For example, I have opened this Google Chrome. Okay, now I have typed something here. So what happens? Google is the server. Google must be having some server. And here I am requesting something to Google that please open me VS Code. Okay. It must have fetched something in background to open VS Code. And then it must have given us the request. For example, this page loaded, right? So this is the request. Now going about the history of JavaScript, there is something very interesting in this. So actually in 1995, there was a browser named Netscape Navigator was used. For example, today we are using mostly Google Chrome. So at that time that this Netscape Navigator was used. And there was a developer named Brandon Ike. He, in only 10 days, he just created a programming language which was named Mocha. Okay. Then there were a lot of additions. See, if this meeting ends now and I'm not getting the upgrade version of it, then please rejoin the meeting. Okay, I'll wait if it ends. So after a lot of additions in the Mocha language, anything to say? Guys, please keep yourself muted. So after Mocha means a lot of additions were there in the Mocha. So then a new programming language named LiveScript was used. Okay, but LiveScript at that time, at what time? In 1995 was not that famous. So what was famous at that time? At that time, Java. Java was very, very famous. So just for the publicity stunt, they removed live from their language and used Java, and then this JavaScript language was termed. Okay, so name JavaScript has come from Java because at that time Java was very famous. Now you must be wondering, is Java and JavaScript same? Are there any differences? No, there means Java and JavaScript are very, very different. And it was just for the publicity that the term was used, Java. Okay. And there's a very famous question which is asked, that what is the difference between Java and JavaScript? So try to read this. If you're not getting, we will discuss. Even if any term you are not getting, we will discuss it tomorrow. Okay, these points are written here and it's very, very clear to read from it. Now going on, in 1996 there was a fight. Okay, for example, today we are having two browsers. This is Microsoft Edge, this is Google Chrome. At that time there was Internet Explorer. Okay, and one more was there. And what we used to do, Internet Explorer, what they did, there were some old features of it and new features of it, of the programming language which they must be using at that time, and they formed a new language which was JavaScript. Okay, now the problem is, um, you must have experienced something that in some websites it's written that viewed best in Google Chrome or viewed best in Edge. So this was the issue at that time. For example, if I'm opening this page, so the font size, the styling will be different in different browser. Okay, so this was the problem, that if I made my website, then I don't know how it will look in your laptop. You must be using Microsoft Edge, so it must be looking different in you. Someone else must be using Google Chrome, so it must be looking different from on it. So that problem always existed. So the best solution was, there was a committee named ECMA. ECMA means, it's a means JavaScript standard set, and there was a committee and they formed something named as ECMAScript. So ECMAScript is nothing any big thing. It's just a community which have set some standards for JavaScript, that if you are using JavaScript, then all these protocols should be used. Okay, so now the problem was solved, because the website was viewed same in Google Chrome also and at Microsoft Edge also. So ECMAScript is a JavaScript standard which was intended to ensure that all the web pages across different browsers are seen same. Now in ECMAScript also, as we see that we have different versions of laptop. What to say, in our WhatsApp also, we are getting upgradation now every time. So similarly in ECMAScript, EC is simply a name for this JavaScript, means a common JavaScript. So they have given different versions of it every time with new features. So first version was launched in 1997. Then afterwards it came ES2, ES3, ES4, ES5. But ES6, when ES6 version was came, it was extremely famous. Why it was famous? Because of its features. We will see in detail what are the ECMAScript feature, ES6 features. But for now, just understand that in 2015, a version of JavaScript came, which was named ECMAScript 6, and it's so famous. And now also you must be wondering who are these ECMAScript, who is making these ECMAScript rules. So there's a community named Technical Community 39, and it releases JavaScript versions. Okay, so whenever new features they have to add, it's their headache that they set a community and then focus, discuss, and then release a new version. Now this, please read yourself. Now let me tell you one thing. See, you must, after the class, you should install your VS Code. Okay. And then what we will do, I will share you one folder in your laptop also. Just make one outer folder, name it anything, and in it, for every day, make different folders. For example, for day one, add your own files, own notes in it, whatever you are studying. For example, today you read about interpreter and compiler, and maybe you are not familiar with that in detail. So just read about it and then make notes in your own language here. Now let's see how we can run the JavaScript code. So first of all, we'll use index.html file. I hope that you are all aware with HTML and CSS. And see, if you're not aware, means aware of it, please at least try to read about it and get the basic knowledge of HTML and CSS. So now you have seen how I am making folders here. I just clicked on this new file and named it index.html. Other thing is, what you can do, for example, here I have made a folder JavaScript classes. Inside it, I have made a folder Day1. Here also you can go new, create a text file, just click on it and name it index.js. Okay. and it will be formed. See, here you can easily see. And I would recommend you to try to use VS Code directly and not go on the file folders and create file there. Use this only. So now in the index.html, there is an extension which is simply if you type HTML now. Okay, this extension name I'll tell you later because it will take time. So just write here HTML and some options will come. Okay, even if they are not coming, try to code this by your own self. And I think you all are familiar with all these things. The thing is, we mostly use JavaScript in the body tag. I will tell you the reason why in detail, but for now, let's just create it. In the src, you have to give the name of your JavaScript file, which is index.js. Close this, and this will automatically closes. It automatically closes because we are using some extensions. I will name it to you, but even if it's not opening in your means, it's not automatically closing the tag in your VS Code. Don't worry. Try to code it by your own. Now let me give some heading here so that we can know that it's working. So I'm just writing welcome, or let us follow the protocol and write hello world. Okay, save it. Now go in the index.js file. Here we are seeing one alert, and inside alert write anything. For example, just write hi. Okay, now you must be wondering how to use this. First method is go to the file, double click on it and open it. It will open by itself. And see, this page has loaded and it has given us this alert.